This is lesson 3, starting on page 95, creating queries. You have created a database, populated tables, and made updates to database content in Microsoft Office Access. You have searched, sorted, and filtered data sheets. As powerful as those features are, however, they are limited. They are temporary and easily overwritten. In this lesson, you will see how queries enable you to create reusable instructions that perform complex operations on dynamic table data fast and precisely the same way each time. In this lesson, you will create a query, perform calculations through a query, and sort and filter data through a query. So again, this first section, topic A, is going to be just reading, and then our activity will be answering a few questions. So creating basic queries. As you continue to work with Microsoft Office Access databases, you will likely appreciate how important it is to organize data within multiple related tables. Sometimes, however, you need to display data from multiple tables in a single view. Joining data from multiple tables is one of the significant tasks you can accomplish by using a query. Query planning. A query is essentially a question you ask a database. Depending on the type of data in the database may be able to answer a wide variety of questions, such as which rental cabin was rented for the most days last year? What baseball player had the most RBIs, runs batted in, last season? Which machine part fails most frequently, and do these failures correspond to the type of material the part is made of? When planning a query, you need to be able to bridge the communication gap between people and computers. First, you need to consider what question people want answered. This means identifying the type of questions that address the needs of users and the business they operate in. Then you have to consider how to ask a question in a way the computer can answer. Since SQL provides the logic for asking database questions, it's helpful to understand how questions or queries are constructed in SQL. For example, with SQL you can include the following types of information in your queries. Oh, lost my spot. Select which fields should be selected to appear in the answer, the query result. From which table or tables do those fields come from? Where? What conditions must be met within a record for its data to be returned? And join. Which fields contain related data that enable records from different tables to be joined? Until you learn SQL, Access helps to guide you through query construction by providing a user interface that shields you from SQL. But it's helpful to understand how a question is constructed in SQL, and once you learn it, you'll have even more mastery of the question asking process. Some guidelines for planning a query. To plan how you will build a query, answer the following questions, focusing on the business and users. What questions must be answered based on the needs of the business and users? And focusing on the database. Which fields in the database should be included in the answer? Which tables contain the fields you identified? How will data from different tables be joined into a single record? Is there a relationship between the tables? What criteria must be met in the fields for the data to be included in the results? Will the results actually answer the question? And are any other fields necessary beyond those that actually need to be shown in the answer to evaluate the criteria? So for your next video, we'll be just answering 3 questions in the textbook, and this is Activity 3.1 on page 98.